Hey, what's happening? My name is Tuto Maringola. Happy Wednesday, and here are your news updates. The United Kingdom has elected its third Prime Minister in 2022. After public backlash, President Ramaphosa has reversed changes to the ministerial handbook, which granted ministers and deputy ministers free water and electricity. And a teacher in the Eastern Cape has been suspended after allegedly forcing his students to masturbate in front of him. Let's get right into it. It's Mzansi in 5. Now, let's start off with the Eastern Cape, where a teacher has been suspended for allegedly making his students masturbate in front of him so he could collect their semen. The Times Live reported that a teacher from Mdingi Junior Secondary School currently has an arrest warrant for 2 counts of sexual assault after students alerted authorities to what had been happening. It is alleged that the teacher had been targeting pupils in grades 6, 7, 8, and 9 between February and October of this year, and they would go into his office one by one to masturbate. Now, police are not sure what the teacher did with the semen. However, it has been confirmed that the teacher has been suspended and an investigation was underway. A spokesperson for the Department of Education in the Eastern Cape, Malibonge Mtima, said they were providing support to the pupils involved. While the report came from 2 pupils, we have since learned that there are pupils from other grades that were affected, he said. Mtima added that there was no clear reason as to why the teacher collected the semen. Once again, in a show of unity with this alleged sex criminal, his name has been kept private by the department, and he's only been suspended and not fired, while the department investigates these allegations. Now, if one student says, hey, my teacher is making me ejaculate into a cup for some reason, that could be easily chalked up to hearsay. If multiple students from different grades and age groups all say, oh yeah, that happened to me too, then this person's name needs to be made public to protect others. There's literally an arrest warrant out for him. So how the hell is the public supposed to assist in bringing someone to justice if we don't know who the f they are? And this isn't the first case of the Department of Education withholding the names of teachers who've been accused of assaulting students, impregnating students, and in this weird ass case, collecting their semen samples. Moving on, the United Kingdom. You know, the empire that was built on the plundering and pillaging of other nations' natural and valuable resources. The same country that went and stole spices from India, and yet they don't season their food. Well, this week, Rishi Sunak became the 3rd Prime Minister in as many months. Sunak is the first Indian and Hindu Prime Minister in Great Britain's history. And I imagine the late Queen Elizabeth must be turning in her grave. First of all, dude, she didn't like the fact that her grandson married a biracial woman who, to be honest, looks pretty white. But now her country is ran by an Indian man whose parents were born in East Africa. You're getting back that diamond, people. Now, apart from being the youngest Prime Minister at the age of 42, he's also the richest with a reported net worth of £730 million. And that's exactly what you need in a country currently going through its worst economic crisis in decades. You need to get someone who understands the plight of working class people. Someone who's almost a billionaire. Trust me, it's working out great for us. And finally, South Africans can celebrate a victory for once, albeit very small, after the South African President Ramaphosa succumbed to public pressure and withdrew changes to the ministerial handbook, which was going to grant ministers and their deputies free water and electricity in the midst of the worst fuel and energy crisis in our nation's history. The president's spokesman, Vincent Magwenya, on Monday said Ramaphosa had withdrawn the changes after the public expressed outrage at the politicians being exempt from paying for services. The president has listened, and the president appreciates the public outcry in the context of economic social pressures South Africans are facing. My question is, was this because the president was listening, or was it because the people are more vigilant to the bullshit that's happening behind closed doors? Because the changes to the ministerial handbook were approved by the president back in April of this year. We only found out about these changes in October, and now suddenly we're being listened to. That's like when your spouse catches you cheating, you going, look, you know what? I've listened to your struggles. I'm never going to cheat again unless you catch me. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tuto Marangula, and this has been Mzansi in 5.